Hello, anybody, somebody, nobody, whoever may never see this. This is Siegfried Alexander Faust, the Whiff, come back at you with some more Warhammer 40k. This might be my last Chaos Army until Demons. And then I have to do the Demon armies and squats. I will be actually eliminating some armies from the total of top 50 because I miscounted. I can't count for shit. So, 2 armies have got to go from the videos I made, and I'll just reallocate what I think needs to be done to make the top 50 army list while giving representation to at least every major faction. With that said, oh wait, let me So, this is a Chaos Knight Super Heavy Detachment of 2k 3CP. I don't care that I misspelled the hell out of that. You're going to have 1 Knight Tyrant with a bunch of crap and 3 3-man War Dog Huntsman squadrons. The Knight Tyrant's going to have the Undivided Blessings of the Dark Master, Warp Haunted Hull, Bow to None, and Crown of Jadartha. They're going to be House Herpes, aka House Herpatrax. It's going to give them 2 wounds to all War Dog class models, which is going to be great. So that's a total of 18 extra wounds for your army that your opponent has to chew through. And then plus 4 wounds to the characteristic of Titanic models. So he's going to get an extra 4 wounds, which I believe I did not account for, so he's actually going to be at 32. So, pretty sure I'm right. Yes, so he's going to be at 32 wounds. Lots and lots of wounds. Very nice. So, Chaos Knights are weird right now, because you have the Doom going into Despair and Shadows, or Doom into Despair and Darkness. I don't think it's that good. It's very what ify. The game has a snowball effect that assumes that your guys are going to be on the table for a long time. The Knight's biggest weakness is basically just melta spam, fucking them up. And it still is. I wish they had a bit more to help them. This hopefully will help a little bit with all the wounds protecting, giving them a bit more oomph, hopefully to protect them a bit. But yeah, that and between Imperial Knights and Chaos Knights, buffing the little Knights, it's kind of weird because they're not really, again, as soon as your opponent, if they don't bring Melta, great army. They bring Melta, you're fucked. Yeah, it's so nutty. How, like, night and day it is. The small guys also, like, for the dread aura of dread of doom, darkness, and despair. You need to be close-ish to your opponents, so you need to prioritize basically melee, because you're not going to go in close with a lot of ranged stuff. It's not going to perform as well, so you're going to want melee stuff, so might as well just bring the War Dog Huntsman squadrons. For their shtick, God, they have so much. So they're all getting Demonic Surge because they're Iconoclast, etc. So they can all do the Demonic Surge ability. So Demonic Surge, you can give them a flat mortal and then roll D3 and choose, or D3 mortals, and then you select one from the search table, which is add 3 to move. Make a 1 through 3 for wounds fail, or select one weapon it's equipped with. Each time it makes an attack with that weapon, add 1 to the wound roll. So, a lot of things you can do here. They only have 2 basically melta shooting weapons, which is good, because you have 9 of these fuckers. So it's going to be a decent amount of melta potential for 12 to 30 inches. But you're trying to get into melee, and since it's already basically melta-ish, you would really just give it to the Demon Breath gun for 12 inches if you're trying to get against T8 3-ups, or the Spear if you really want to give it 2-ups to wound, which would be pretty funny and naughty. That gives you options, again, as long as you survive. And because they're War Dogs, you're actually getting objective secured, so there's a lot of OBSEC with this army, and each count is, I believe, 5. So, it's very nice. Very, very, very nice. The Knight Tyrant is Big Spooky himself. There's a lot of cool stuff. I think one of the coolest models in the game is actually the Knight Abominant. Unfortunately, this gives you the ability to deal with Psychers, because that thing just doesn't have enough by itself. I think, to really justify it. And there's going to be some weird points floating. So this gets you pretty close to the points. It's an even 2K, actually, which is very nice because the Huntsmen's just work really well. With that said, this guy is just an absolute beast. So I don't think it says everything here. I'm going to leave that pulled up while I go through the list. So, Warp Haunted Hull is going to give your Knight Tyrant, he can deny a Witch, as if he was a Psyker. And then if he loses any mortals takes any mortals, because he loses wounds in his Psychic phase, he gets the 5-up Feel No Pain. Bow to None. He ignores any and all modifiers to his profile, unless it's from his own self being damaged. And every time he makes an attack, you ignore all modifiers to hit rolls, wound rolls, and damage rolls. And each time he advances or declares a charge, you can ignore all modifiers to advance or charge rolls. So he does not really get fucked with for his stats, which is very nice. He will have the Ectoplasma Decimator and Brimstone Volcano Lance to help fuck up any kind of big shit. Anything it's T7 to T8, now he's going to wound on 2s, which is very nice. AP -5, damage D6 +8, and it's blast for heavy D3, so you can maybe get 3 of those fuckers. Just blasting shit. Undivided, Blessings of the Dark Master. This is this is trans, but even better. So, the standard is each time an attack is made against this model, your opponent cannot reroll the hit roll, cannot reroll the wound roll, cannot reroll the damage roll. And then, if you're favored, it makes it each time an attack is made against this model, unmodified hit roll of 1 through 3 fails. Instead of wounds, because you don't care about that, you care about hit, irrespective of any abilities they have, which is so good. Really quick. So, you're gonna need a tally for Tyrant. It's gonna be 15. So to get that better one, I believe you need to kill 15 models. So you just have him riggedy wreck some weak shit, and then he's now that much more tanky as long as he hasn't been shot off the board. Iconoclast gives you some options along with House Herpetrex, some stratagems. He's going to have 1 Twin Desecrator Cannon and 2 Gaze Strike missiles. And of course, the Crown Jadartha. Crown Jadartha is each time a melee attack is made against him, -1 from the hit roll. So he gets dense in melee. And he is a super heavy. This is an absolute beast. And more importantly, he has a 2-up base save. That's one of the only reasons to even bring a Tyrant, because they're so fucking expensive, ridiculous. Is so against, if you're getting just swarmed with like flamers and weak shit, not only are they probably wounding you on 5 to 6 ups, that you also have a 3-up save against them. Generally, 2 to 3-up saves against like storm bolters and crap like that. So, with that said, yeah, this army I think is better than Imperial Knights. Maybe. It's just ironic that the Imperial Knights' abilities are generally far better than this army's Doom, Despair, Darkness bullshit. Because it's very what ify. It's like, oh, well, if I get into melee, then yeah, your army's good. That's if you get into melee. If I let you get into melee with me, and if you're alive to get into melee. Like, or there's anything to get into melee with. Like, the what if argument is always ridiculous. I definitely want to try this one out. I just really dislike, again, their shit compared to Imperial Knights. But I think this is one of the better Chaos Knight lists you could make. One of the weird things is because it's three-man squads of Huntsmen, it's going to be very chunky. You might be limited on where they can go, and you may not be able to actually get them into certain areas. So you do need to be aware of that when you choose a map along with your opponent. Like, hey, I'm a knight player. Can I get places? And then don't be afraid to speak up and say, hey, can we move this or change that, yada yada. Of course, you can't just like have no difficult ground or have no tight areas. Like, there should be some. where you can't necessarily get through, and more so that helps nowadays with the 2-inch line for ruins, basically going through walls for the shortest distance. That'll definitely help out night players. Without further ado, if you like the content, like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. I always love good-natured feedback or saying hello. For complaints, compliments, advice, or requests, feel free to put that as well. My Twitch information is down below in chat. There's my handle, along with the Google Drive, which includes this list and many other lists if you want to try them out. Take care and game on, and look forward to the demons and any other list changes I do in the next week. I am busy cleaning and I'm sweating my balls off because it's hot as fucking California right now, and get ready for a job tomorrow. Take care. Bye.